Alright, fuck it, let's roll.
Hell yeah. Okay, let me change the thingy real quick. So it's from Blind Conquest to the last step.
What's it called? Am I still Shadow?
You don't have to be. Do you want to be? You want to be light?
No, no, no. I'm okay with Shadow.
How did you experience, without spoiling? How did you experience the last step?
It was okay, and then we ran into a fucking Sphinx. But I wanted that Sphinx so fucking dead. Oh my god!
He
Like,
was a little annoying, wasn't he? I had a little bit of fun playing him. I won't lie. I had to pull on like the back reserves of my Asian Egyptian mythology, but yeah, it was definitely a fun session. So for the people who have no idea what we're talking about, right? We played an interesting session. I don't know, about a month ago. I'm sorry, a few months ago, and essentially it was a two-person campaign that initially started out as an individual campaign. So one person is able to play the last step, but it was changed so that it can work for two people. We're playing the last step, and I'm about to explain what it's about. But since I've given you no hints whatsoever, I'm trying to see if you can tell me what kind of one shot we're going to be doing based on just the name.
the last step.
Just the last step. What do you think this is about?
Uh, you're putting me on the spot here.
Yes, sir.
I figure like, we have to jump off of the. I don't know, man.
You've got a vivid
You know what I pictured
imagination.
when you said
Cool. So let's actually get into it. So if anybody's viewing us currently, we appreciate your audience. And if you're watching this on YouTube, however, how long this is gonna be uploaded on, uh, hold on to your horses. Okay, cool. So this is what The Last Steps is about. I'll give you a little bit of a prologue. You are dead. The how, the where, and the why is all a haze, but your soul clings stubbornly to the echoes of the material plane, refusing to fade into the void. A flickering ember of spirit greets you, with its voice both ancient and weary. It tells you of a single path back to life. If you have dared to go on this endeavor, and even fewer have survived. At the summit of this trail lies a mountain called the Sisyphus Mountain. And in the Sisyphus Mountain, there is a trial or a final trial called the Step. And at the Step, a sacred order of guardians who hold the power to return lost souls await. But only those who prove themselves worthy may pass through. So this flickering ember spirit that greeted you basically has one request. Please take him with you. It too seeks passage, yet it failed to do the journey alone. This is its and your final chance. A battle not against the mountain, but against death itself. Will you rise again, or will you be forgotten amongst the lost? Once again, you're essentially dead and you want to find a way back to life. There's one way about going it, you have to encounter the step. But there's a lot of things in your way. Will you survive? Will you make it? Did we get it? We understand? Are we all good?
yes, sir. I got it. I got it.
Rah, cool. So, essentially, the first thing that you experience, because you don't actually really see anything, is deep darkness. It's not even just darkness because darkness is a kind of thing that exists. It's a deep omission of anything. And then from that omission, you feel a kind of growing and then decreasing and then growing and then decreasing. You kind of get the grasp that that just might be the process of you breathing. You notice that as you continue breathing, more and more feeling comes to you. You feel a pulling down force, and you recognize that that's weight, that's gravity pulling you to whatever it is that you're on top of. You push against it, and you find yourself uh, um, rising from the ground. Now, Shadow, that's Ren, finds himself with a body that's covered in darkness, if you will, kind of wispiness, kind of ethereal. And as he pushes himself off the ground, it's kind of difficult to make out structures of anything, but at least you can feel that there is you, there is the ground that you stand on. Drababas, you experience something differently. You lift yourself up and force your eyes open somehow. You can see the intricacies of your arms. They're a little bit beaten and battered, almost as if you've gone through something traumatic recently. But for the life of you, you can't remember what. There's grass right underneath you. It shimmers, it's bright, it's filled with an almost dancing life to it. They kind of shift in the wind. You stand up and you are surrounded by a magical forest filled with so many wondrous trees of light and song and sights and smells. But you don't notice any kind of animals. What you do detect instead are balls of light floating in the distance, somehow navigating this magical, blissful realm. But Ren sees something differently. He sees shiftings of the darkness, sickly beasts with broken arms and disfigured eyes and faces, with maws that are a little bit too large for the rest of their body, shuffling about, looking for their next prey, looking for a next victim, anything that will satiate their deep and undying hunger. What do you guys do? I think the first person to play is actually Drop of Us.
Okay, so am I in the same area as Ren?
Okay, I'll roll for you insight just for now. You rolled a 7, by the way. You're not perfectly aware of Ren in particular, but you do feel a sense of self that's not typical to what you or me are experiencing right now.
That's my turnover.
You can roll your bonus and your action as well. I mean your bonus and your
Is that
movement.
okay? No, I'll give it to I'll give it to the next person.
Okay, cool, cool. Ren, you have a little bit more of your memory to you, a little bit of dash of your previous encounter and your previous lives hits you. Somehow you remember something interesting, but not quite relevant. What do you think you remember?
The game before or the life before I had.
The life before that you had.
Okay. What I remember was that we were in a desert. There was a guy next to me. We were helping somebody explore something of some kind. I was just there as protection.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, okay, okay. Cool. So that is that I've given you that information. Do you want to use action, movement, or bonus action?
Does it count as an action to look for the nearest weapon?
It does count. You're gonna have to give a perception check. Do you want to roll for that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You just rolled a 5. That's you.
Yeah.
Okay. You do not see any kind of weapon whatsoever. You see a few pebbles on the ground. They're sharp for sure. Everything seems to be sharp and bitter. In fact, there is. It's almost as if, even though everything doesn't really have form, when you do touch it, it kind of pinches into you, so you know that it exists, and you can definitely feel out the structure of anything that you reach out for. But you only see a bunch of pebbles in front of you. I'm gonna then pass it over to Drobobus. Drobobus, again, you're surrounded by a beautiful magical desert. Oh no, I'm saying desert, but what I meant to say was forest. Sorry about that. What's your move? What you doing?
Okay, so you mentioned like lights above my head. Is there a specific direction that they're headed to, and like are they organized in their movement?
They're not organized in their movement. In fact, they're just all around you. Like imagine if you woke up in the middle
Okay.
of the Congo basin. There's animals all around you. Some of them you can see, some of them you can't see. But you see a lot
So
of
just the
lights
beauty
and
of it.
Yeah, they're just like flying around, they're going in different places, they're all minding their own business.
I guess I would like to head to the nearest, either a forest opening or like the nearest tree.
Okay, cool. So what happens is you start moving forward, and when you move forward, you don't necessarily move forward like by walking. It's not as if you push against the ground and you've pushed yourself forward. It's almost as if when you lift your leg up, the ground comes towards you, and then you're forced to, what's this thing, put your leg down. Almost as if, I don't know if you've ever walked on like an eclipse, like a running track in the gym. You know those machines that people run on and stuff like that. Yeah, so the machine pushes your back leg back and comes, and like the world comes towards you, and you're forced to put your leg down, and you do that several more times, and it's unintuitive, it's eerie, it doesn't make sense, but it fills you with a sense of awe, with a sense of wonder. You approach, or this large tree actually approaches you, and it's got this large opening right in the center of it that's kind of like beaconing you to enter. It's shining almost as if like there's a whole other universe inside of that specific tree. Um, that's what you see. What do you do with your action? What do you do with your bonus action?
I would like to enter.
So Rawabas decides, I will enter into this beautiful, different world. As he enters in, he sees stars further than anything that has ever been seen out there in the universe. They're all different beautiful colors of purple, of yellow, of blue. You see nebulas and shooting stars, and you fall in. It just completely engulfs you. A sense of weightlessness finally takes over, in a little bit of the same way you were before you stood up from the ground. But as that's happening, Ren is experiencing something slightly different. He feels the world push him towards this oak tree that's desecrated and arching in odd ways. This tree looks and turns its face towards Ren, and it opens its mouth to consume him and immediately gobbles him up before he has any chance of running away or doing anything about it. And he's now surrounded with a great fire. He finds himself in the deepest, darkest areas of the netherworld. He falls onto the ground, surrounded by a lava lake, and any movement he makes threatens to cast him overboard and throws him into this lava. So he's staying very still, trying not to do anything too much. And Rababas is floating in the heavens. Ren, what do you do?
So, can I feel like the heat of the lava?
You can feel the heat of the lava.
Like when you were basically explaining the difference between what's called Robert's perception and my perception, you indicated that I have this ethereal sense of things.
That's very true.
Is that ethereal sense of things translated into the fact that I can feel the lava?
It'll be more helpful for you to make a perception check rather than just figuring it out from my explanation. Dismal.
I don't know shit today.
Absolutely dismal. So what you can perceive is definitely heat. But again, it's not the heat that you might, like you and I will experience. It's more of a corruption, if you will. You know how when you get burnt by something, pieces of you ends up becoming coal and charcoal, and it becomes meat. It becomes less you and becomes more meat. So what you're experiencing is actually a deterioration. What do you do with this knowledge? I'll give you another action if you wish to take it.
Honestly, at this point, if I'm surrounded, it's kind of like fucked. Cause like, is there any place that I can see whereby I can run to safety?
Okay, so what you do see is the lake on the ridge of the lake, you do see something that, like, what's this thing that you can land on, that you can be on. But where you currently are, it seems pretty difficult for you to get to some place. You look above you and you do see what are called steglomites. So you see stegomatites that are hanging over this lava pit. But other than that, you're just there on just lone rock, bobbling about, scared to move in any particular way.
Yeah, I try. Fuck it, man. I'm gonna try to go to safety if I can. Like you said that it might be difficult for me to get there, but I'm still gonna try to get there.
Okay, so you proceed to make a jump, and when you make this jump, you fall into the lava immediately. Now, what was heat is now searing change. You can feel your form decreasing and changing and disappearing more than you can ever could at a rate that's incredibly fast. You feel yourself slipping away into the darkness. What Drobabus is experiencing instead is a kind of euphoria that's picking him up and making him even more alive, almost almost as if he can feel every breath that he's making. He can sense and is one with all the stars around him. But an inkling inside of him realizes that this is too real. This is too much for me to handle. And it starts overwhelming Drababas. And he feels as if he's entering into the cosmos, or rather, he's becoming a part of the cosmos. It's amazing, it's exhilarating, but it's overwhelming. Drababas, what do you do?
To the point of orgasm, or
Way past the point of orgasm. Now it's
Okay,
like
okay.
your high is too good. Like it's too much now. It's like
Having a drug. Okay, so what's around you? Can you describe the layout?
the layout is you're surrounded by pure cosmos, man. This nearest star feels light years away. Um, Let me ask you this. What are you currently thinking about right now? What is your character experiencing? What is it thinking about when all of these things are happening, all these overwhelming things are happening to it?
Is it possible to die again? That's what I'm thinking.
Wild. Okay, when you just had that thought, immediately you had that thought, light erupts from your solar plexus and from your third eye, like the point, like the crown where your third eye is. And it also erupts from your stomach. It shoots out in the same way like it happens in like Avatar: The Last Airbender and stuff like that. So they shoot out in all directions, and immediately a hand from your chest reaches out, and as it reaches out, you feel yourself being eaten in from the inside. And before you try and look around and see what's more, another hand comes out from your forehead, and when the two hands come together, you go black. You don't see anything. It goes immediately to quiet. When that's happening, Ren, Ren, while he's sinking in the lava and he's like burning to a million pieces, and he's trying his best to like make it to the surface. Maybe he can escape. He reaches out to reach outside of the surface of the water, and his left hand is first very cool, much cooler than what you'd expect when you put your hand outside of the lava. He reaches out his other hand and briefly graze each other. When that happens, you find yourself in this exact same cosmos. So Ren is now surrounded by an intense cosmos all around him, and Drababas wakes up drowning inside the lava lake. Drababas, sorry, Ren, what do you do?
I'm away from the fire now, right?
You're away from the fire, now you're in the cosmos.
Yeah, I'm in the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I'm a little confused on how to act within this thing.
Okay.
As in, am I using prior knowledge to sort of what's it called? To sort of help me and Drobber? Or can I be an antagonistic force?
Honestly, it is completely
It's
up
up to
to
me.
you. It's completely up to you.
And the thing is, like, Robert hasn't done shit for me lately.
Shit, I forgot that he's your number one nemesis. I forgot that he's your actual op, Robert Boss. I forgot about that shit.